Creativity is interesting for me because the starting point is like a blank canvas, and you've got to make something out of nothing. And that way it kind of is like engineering. You have to come up with a solution, and you're starting with like a blank canvas. From the nothing, you've got to come up with something. So I find that fascinating. The place where I grew up is the Washington, D.C. area. My mother was a printmaker, and my father, he painted on his free time for pleasure. I like to paint and do ceramics. I found ceramics to be, like the end product was something very useful. I like that. The way in which my parents influenced me was definitely to do artwork. They didn't influence me in the part, like the scientific and engineering parts. If you're looking for a common denominator, a red thread that goes through all my research, it has to do with eliminating hazardous compounds by biodegradation, by the use of microorganisms to get rid of that hazardous material. In the last third of my career, so the last 10 to 12 years, I've been applying my research to the biodegradation of explosive compounds. If you have a military base where you have a practice firing range, microorganisms will go in there and totally get rid of any residues of explosive compounds by basically eating them up. The residues from the explosive compounds, if left untreated, would just persist in the environment for very long periods of time. So then in the future, if somebody were to use that aquifer to collect water, then they would have to get rid of those residues. We're in a certain time in history with the events happening in Europe right now. This bioremediation of explosive compounds might become very important if that war in the Ukraine ever ends. Having an inexpensive, practical solution to the cleanup of all those explosive residues that are being spread around, that's going to be important in the near future. The most important honor for me is the Da Vinci Circle because this is my work environment. These are my peers. It's personal. It's the people that you know. So that's why, for me, the Da Vinci Circle is a really important honor.
Jim's absolutely deserving of the Da Vinci Award based on his efforts as an educator, as a leader within the university, and his contributions to science and engineering.
This work that Jim is doing is saving lives because it's developing the methodologies to enable us to remove contaminants from soil and water.
I'd like to use the Da Vinci Award to help young emerging scientists, so either postdocs or graduate students that are working with me, help them in one way or the other.
Because he's so close to us, it's not like any other advisor I had before actually, because he's so close to us that we always know the next steps. And also he helps us to tailor our creativity so we don't end up doing something that will not actually be useful for the field, but also important advancements for science.
Here we have a family. All of us, we are from different countries. We are from Mexico, from Brazil, China.
Watching them evolve and then complete their dissertation and go out in the world, in many cases become professors, for me that's the proudest of all the things that I do.